Let's talk about the preparation of such carbon bikes or carbon parts in general. And the first big step you have to do is you have to get rid of the things which can ruin your project, which can ruin your day, or which cause mama's little chihuahua to bite into your leg and to behave like a bulldog. You have to get rid of these things if you want to do a high quality paint job. Stripping is one of them. If you want to know how to strip the frame, check the stripping video somewhere in the corner, strip your frame, then come back and I like to show you what's needed to primer these frames. Why is a good preparation a must-have for a high-quality paint job? Let's check what Casey Neistat says about it and let's check his 5 P's.
This reminds me of the 5 P's. Preparation prevents piss poor performance. If I'd just done a little bit more research before getting this thing wrapped, and I wouldn't have to be here paying to get someone else to undo what.
Preparation prevents piss poor performance. That's all what's need to be said about preparation. Thanks Casey for that, and that's what everybody has to keep in mind. You have seen in the thumbnail that I will use 2 different primers, a transparent one and also a black one. But why will I use 2 different primers? Because I have 2 different carbon projects. The first frame, the Epic, will be painted in a metallic blue, so I can use the black primer. But the second one, the Centurion, will be painted with a visible carbon fiber underneath the clear coat, so I have to use the transparent primer. And that is the main reason why I will use transparent carbon primer. They are not only different in color, they are also different in the chemistry. The transparent one is an acrylic primer and the black one an epoxy primer. And in my opinion, this one is the better one. It has more durability, it sticks better on the frame, it is easier to use and it's cheaper. The transparent one costs 4 times more than the black one. Don't get me wrong, they are both high quality primers and they work both on carbon fiber. But if I have a choice, I will choose the black one. If I have to do a transparent one because I do a transparent paint job, I will use the transparent one. So let's find paint gun, let's fill the gun, and then I like to show you how to apply these primers on the carbon frames. The spray gun I choose is a primer spray gun with a needle nozzle combination of 1.4 mm. Before I can fill the spray gun, I have to add some harder to the primer and I have to filter it, and then we can change to the paint booth to spray the frames. No, that's not a bucket of pee from your girlfriend for the next pregnancy test. That's the harder for the carbon primer, and I have to mix it in a ratio 5:1, 5 parts of primer and 1 part of the pee harder. And I will add also 10% of thinner, so let's do it. Let's put all together and then I will change to the paint booth to primer the first frame. The frame is masked, I loaded the spray gun and now it's time to spray some primer. It's also good for the aluminum parts in the background, so I can spray the whole frame in one step. Same game, next frame. I loaded the transparent acrylic primer in the spray gun, same nozzle needle combination, 1.4 mm. Let's start to primer the frame. The carbon primers are on, parts are prepped and they are looking pretty good, but that's only the beginning of a good paint job. Let's check the acrylic primer first. It looks like a clear coat, but it isn't. It's much thicker and sticks much better than a clear coat. And it fills all the little micro scratches and the pinholes in the carbon fiber. And what I have to do now is I have to sand the surface for a smooth surface, and then I can spray on the next layer. It will be a clear coat, and in between I will spray white logos. And next, the black carbon primer. It's also looking good, like a flat clear coat, but it isn't ready. You can see some areas with the old design. I have to smooth also this surface. I have to sand it with a grit of 800, and then I can apply a base coat, logos and a clear coat. And these will be my next steps. Let's start with the visible carbon fiber. Maybe you can see the pinholes in this area, and to remove them I have to sand the surface. It's also necessary for adhesion between the primer and the clear coat, and they are all over the frame, so I have to sand the complete frame. I will use a grit of 800, and that's what I do now. Why is sanding necessary? Check this. That's an area I've sanded flat, it's smooth, and in this area you can see something which looks like orange peel. Little valleys and little hills. The hills are flat, the valley is still glossy. And to remove this valley hill structure I have to sand the complete frame for an absolutely smooth surface, which is also microscopic smooth. The hard work is done. I have prepared the logo for the down tube, and that's what the frame should look like. I've sanded the complete frame with an 800 grit, and now it's smooth and flat and prepared for the next layer of color. It will be a clear coat, but before I can clear coat the frame I have to spray on the logos in white. That's it, I'm done. I gave the Centurion a big shot of clear coat, and as you can see the carbon fiber is still visible. I have to polish the frame in some areas and then it's ready to ride. I sanded the S-Works Epic same way I did the Centurion, and a big advantage of the black primer is it turns grey when sanded, so you know when you're done and when the frame is ready for some nice base coat. I will do this frame in a separate video, and that's all I can tell you about carbon primers. If you want to see a complete paint job, check one of my other videos, and if you want to know more about cycle painting, make sure you subscribe to my channel. See you in one of my next videos. Goodbye.